All right, I wanted to try out some ice drilling experiments, and while I am sure this is not news to other people, I had a little trouble finding information I wanted to. I think it's going to be easy. I think it's going to work great, but I thought I would do a few tests to check it out. So right over here, I have a few different ice blocks. These are just simple little clear ice cubes that you would use at home for cocktails. I have a selection of drill bits here to try out. So here's regular twist point general purpose drill bits. Here are some brad point drill bits that are better for drilling into wood. Honestly, I don't think it's going to matter in this case. I think all of these are going to work, but we're going to find out. This is a masonry bit. You would use this more for like bricks and concrete. The spade point bits, which will not be safe or fun to use, but they make we can get much larger sizes with those. And then what is probably going to be the ultimate best choice is a Forstner bit, which is a great way to drill large-sized holes. And you can get these with much longer shanks to drill deeper holes if you need to. So I think at first I'm just going to try a couple of the little ones and just see where we're at. I also have a hand drill to try, but since eventually using a drill press is the way to go, we might as well start there and then worry about the others later. So this is the very first test, untempered ice. This actually happens to be old ice too. Can you see that? There we go. Right more than the middle there. Yeah, not bad. Oh, it's cracking the ice. It is working though. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah. Oh yeah. It really fractured the ice a lot, all the way around the top and the sides. That's actually not very good, but it's kind of neat. It could be because it was so small. It could be because it was the drill bits. These aren't very sharp. I don't think that's it, but let's find out. Let's jump up in size using, that was a twist drill bit. Let's jump up in size still using a twist drill bit. I'm going to use the same ice cube block, but I'm going to hit a different face. Try and, I'm going to go near that on the same face and see. Try and get it where you can see it. Yeah, it's drilling it. It's taking more force than I would like. It's working. It chipped out the top a bit. Let's see here. Oh, definitely better than the other one though. Much better looking hole. I'm gonna jump up. These types of drill bits are not going to be ideal for doing the large size holes, but for other uses they might be neat. So let's try a large-ish drill bit. I did not write down what size these are, but this looks like it's 1/2 inch or 5/8, give or take. Let's see if I can go for a different, there we go. Go for a corner over here on a different face. All right. I'm trying to not do this in a way that's going to pull my fingers in. I'm also kind of close to the edge on this one. Oh yeah, that's drilling nicely. That's actually working way better in the small one. So I think the size helps probably help clear the ice chips. But this one's probably also sharper than the little one that probably gets used a lot more. But yeah, that looks great. That is a fantastic hole. Nice. All right. So expectedly, they all work, but they work pretty well. Let's try brad point bit, which honestly should work better, but probably not enough to make a difference. Brad point bits tend to be sharper. They're better for wood. The one I just used is a general purpose drill bit. It's good for anything just about. This is pretty specific for things like wood. And again, this is brad point. Go for same face as the original one off to the side. I actually can just do this. Let's try that. Brad points wander less too because they have a sharper, pointier point. Oh, just took a chunk out at the corner. Nice. I'm gonna try it again over here. This bit doesn't look like it's straight. It's cycling. Yeah, I think that's causing some of the cracking, but it's taking the corner of the ice right off with it. A little bit more inside the block. Well, it's starting to look kind of tempered now. I can see it cracking the ice as I drill through. So technically working, weirdly not working as well as the other ones. You can kind of see it's this one right over here. It's might be able to see that it's got some cracks radiating out from it. So small brad point, worse, at least similarly bad to the small twist drill bit. We'll do a large brad point just to verify. Probably need to switch ice cubes here. Let me see if I can get this on the same ice cube, just so that I don't waste some of it, because I think I might crack it out. I'm gonna go for a fresh face here. Let's see. Got a little angle like that. Let's see how it goes. Full angle of the block itself. That's cutting pretty good. You go a little slow, but it's still fast. I see it cracking around the tip as I'm going through the ice. I didn't look with the twist bit, so I don't know if they did that or not, but I don't think that they did as much. You might be able to see down near the point of that, there's a little bit of cracking coming right off the tip of it. But it worked, and it definitely worked better than the little one. I think it's interesting that the bigger ones are working better, probably, like I said, because of the ability to clear the chips. This one should work. This is the masonry bit. This should work worse, but it does have more clearance than the other ones for the ice chips to come back out. So it'll be interesting to at least check it out and see. So I'm going to drill a shallow hole in the same block, and if I need to, I'll go to a different block. All right. Well, that's not bad. Not great. It's a little slow. I can feel it dragging, but it isn't cracking it. I'm central, so I don't have to worry about the edges cracking out. A little slower and takes a bit more pressure. It works. That's the vertical hole right here. Looks pretty good, actually. I should note that none of these drill bits are clean, so I'm not going to eat any of this ice. I don't care about that today. I'm just trying to see if this works, so I didn't clean all the sawdust and bullshit off of them from before. I'm going to go to a spade bit now. I think this is going to be kind of sketchy, probably a little dangerous. This is not how I think this should be done, but spade bits are cheap and easy to come by, so I at least want to check and get a fresh, untempered ice cube. Sip of coffee. All right. I'm going to go kind of central, and then later try to go by near one of the edges. I also want to give my hands plenty of room, not being near the drill bit. Here we go. Oh, this isn't straight. It's chipping a bit. A little pressure than I would like, but it's working. I can see it cracking, cracks propagating off the tip pretty far into the cube. Well, it's going to just break the cube, I think. Go about a little bit less than halfway, see where we're at. So, might be better with a tempered cube, but that looks terrible. Let's see if you can see a big feather crack radiating off to the side. That's no good. This thing's getting ready to fall apart. Let's just try one more just to see if it calves or not. Yeah. I just broke a piece off. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Not great. Okay. Try a bigger spade bit and see where we're at. I'm going to set that aside because I want to come back to that with a tempered ice cube later and see how it does. Untempered ice cube. like this because this is about as wide as the cube, and I don't want to cut my hands, but I'm trying to be careful. Good amount of resistance. It's not even really into it yet. I think that this bit might be dull, and maybe, oh yeah, it's cracking the cube. Weird. This is silly. All right. I might be able to use this cube for something else, but that was terrible performance. That's the worst by far. Yeah. Potentially we could drill a pilot hole for that and use it anyways, but I don't know if that's necessarily, not only do I not know if that's a good idea, I think it might actually just be a waste of time. Like, why drill 2 holes if you don't need to? I'd rather find something that just works better. All right, let's try this as a Forstner bit. So again, now we're moving on to these guys, but we're using a little bitty one right now. I'm gonna try to use one of these cubes, one of these pieces of cube that broke. It's got a bunch of cracks in it, so it might not work. Let's try it and see. It's okay. It's fighting with me. It's cracking. Oh, it's cracking a lot. That actually surprises me a little bit. It didn't even crack that much. Yeah. So unfortunately it broke so much, I don't have a good way of showing you all the cracking. But you see the cracking was radiating away from the tip. Might be because it's the busted cube, but it was I had to put a lot of pressure on it, so I think it might have been problematic regardless. Okay, this is the big Forstner bit. This is the one that I want to work because if it does, it would be the most convenient one-stop solution. All right, untempered ice cube. Typically Forstner bits are fantastic, but that doesn't mean it's going to be fantastic for this. This Forstner bit is also most of the size of this block. It's pretty good. So far so good. Trying to go very slowly. There's some cracking, but I don't know if it's consequential or not. I've only gone about oh, it's cracking! That sucks. I've only got about a 1/4 inch or so. Maybe less pressure, but I need it to, yeah. I wonder if this would be less, oh yeah, the whole top piece camera. I wonder if it would be less of a problem if it were a heftier piece of ice. Have fewer issues. Yeah, oh, that's too bad. It just came right apart. Felt fine up until then, though. It blows. That would have been great. Maybe we just need a different setup for that same thing. Yeah, feels sharp too. Sharp enough anyway. Well, shit, that sucks. You could use a hole saw, but hole saws, I think for this would be kind of stupid. Hey. Yeah. I'm gonna let that other ice temper a bit and come back and try this out again with some tempered ice. Got some tempered ice cubes. They haven't been sitting out for too long. They've been sitting for a few minutes. They're glossed off kind of nicely. Got a little water on there. I don't think this is going to work great, unfortunately, but I'm hoping that if we can get the Forstner bit to work, the big Forstner bit to work, that's the one that we want. That's the ideal candidate. So if we can get that to work, that would be great. So I'm going to give it another try or two just to see if I can get it to go. So try to be very gentle here. Not quite centered on, close enough. I can see cracking around the sides of the cube. I'm like not even like 1/8 of an inch in. I already see cracks propagating around it. Oh, they're going down even further. All right, I get a little more pressure. Oh yeah, it's cracking away. So it drills through it pretty easily, but it just destroys the whole thing. Look at that. So if we take away this like snow cone, it's just like pieces of fractured ice that just completely destroyed it. That's so crazy. God damn. The cracks are even leading out ahead of it. Huh. Maybe, I don't think the spade bit will do better on tempered ice, but let's try a large spade bit on. Oh, maybe. Better side for this. I don't know about this. Anyway, here we go. Sketchy. Only getting the point in is a ton of pressure, and I feel like that alone. Oh, you know what? If we pilot a hole for this, I think I just saw it. Oh yeah, it's got crack. I haven't even begun drilling, and it's got crack propagating inside. Let's pilot a hole for that, because even though this is not how we want to do it, if we can do it, at least it's a solution. I'm using a, this is probably like a 3/8 or something like that, just to pilot for the spade bit, just to see if this works. And again, maybe with different drill bits that are sharper or duller, it's probably sharper, might not have these problems. So this one worked before, should work again. Feels harder than it should be, but I don't see cracking. It looks to be working up. There's cracking inside, but it's not really visible. The tempered ice is doing kind of a good job. There's a little bit of cracking around it, but that actually looks pretty good. So let's now follow that with the spade bit, and we'll see if that makes it easier for the spade bit to do its job. It's a little far off center, but let's see. Ew, I don't like that at all. Oh, geez. I want to plant that shit. It's not seem to be working now. Ooh. Do not like. Alright, let's stop and see where we're at. Alright, that worked the best. That sucked to do. Worried about my personal safety, but there's a shallow hole. The extra depth you can see in the middle, that's the pilot I drilled, but that actually worked out really kind of nicely. We're gonna clamp real quick. This isn't obviously, I don't even know if there is a clamp for ice, but we'll see if I get something to get my hands a little further away from the action and see what we can do. That's actually pretty great. I'm a little surprised. And then I think that might be at the bottom there. All right, that worked very well. Kind of makes me want to revisit the first bit again. So, got some kind of scraping. There's like snow cone type shit, but that's great. That one worked out well. I don't really want to bat shit like that, but that's at least, that's a way, right? Or at least it shows maybe this would work if we did it right. Oh, maybe this isn't tempered enough. It's freezing the other shit on the tray. Fuck, let's try that with the, let's do exactly the same thing with the Forstner, see what happens. Same. Maybe you just need a better Forstner bit. Also, I could probably take one of these bits and grind it to, maybe just get a side that's enlarged, and you can grind one of these bits and have it actually be exactly what we want. I hope to see, I'm seeing a little cracking coming out of there, but not much. It's not significant. The cracks seem to be almost like disappearing. way, so that looks pretty good. There we go. Yeah. Okay. This one might be a little safer without that. Safer than the spade bit. Not safe, but safer than the spade bit. Yeah, I don't know, that might be cracking. That is definitely cracking. This is kind of surprising to me. Going down most of the depth of the... Yep, oh yeah, that's just falling apart. And there, it just pops off. You can see, just like brush that off and then brush that off. All right, so that works like shit. Spade bit seems to work under the right conditions, which honestly surprises the shit out of me. I'm gonna try, I don't know if I have any more ice. Maybe I have more ice in the house. I don't have any already. I want to see why that spade bit works so well. I think try. I'll try the smallest drill bit I have out right now. Not the smallest I have, try the smallest I have out and follow up the spade bit and see if it behaves well this way or not. I think that might be the easiest. So that's all the way through, because it already drilled from the other side with this block. Spade. The big spade bits, the scary spade bits. A little clampy doodad here. Yeah, all right, here we go. Tiny Pilot, big spade ready. It seems all right. I see it kind of cracking a little bit along the middle, but that part doesn't matter because that's getting removed. So when it chips out, it's sort of a non-issue. This might be a workable way of doing it. There we go. We connected both sides. See what happened. Yep, look at that. Wow, man. All right, pilot hole with a twist drill bit. Look at that, right through. Got pilot hole, the twist drill bit, and then spade drill bit to follow. Tells me we could probably modify the spade drill bit to have it work better, and it might not even actually be that hard to do. Also, if we had a bigger block of ice, this just might not even be a problem. I might come back out and try this again with untempered ice just to see if I can duplicate that last move or not. Okay, I grabbed a couple of fresh cubes directly from the freezer to here, untempered. These guys are actually trying to stick to the plate, so let's see if piloting it with the small drill bit and then finishing it with the large spade bit works well without any tempering at all. You hear it cracking, but I think it's also cracking where it will get drilled out by the spade bit, and it just cracked through the cube. All right, well, this cube is ruined, but let's see what happens anyways. Go maybe halfway through. Oh, I can see cracks propagating all the way down through. This is going to come apart. Oh, that's interesting. Let's check that. I think the spade bit might just rip this fucker apart. Going to clamp this for a little, hopefully, extra safety. Okay, hanging up and then cutting and hanging up and then cutting. It's working though. Although this cube's already so damaged, I think it won't fold up at the end, and if you actually put liquid in it, it'll probably break. I use that clamp, but not my hand. Damn. Drill bit is probably just too dull, but you think it's sort of an infinite spray. Let's try out. All right. I don't know, just cracking. Yep, all right. That's probably a poor choice of drill bit. I wonder.